Okay, before we get started, I'm fully aware that one of my picks is currently out in the United States and other parts of the world, but it is not out here in Australia yet. So much so, I know when it gets released here, it's going to have a limited release and they're only going to distribute it to those seedy little art house films where the proprietor totally brews his own IPA out of leaves and dirt. Regardless, it's on my list. What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes, and today I'm going to be doing my most anticipated movies for 2023. And with that being said, a massive happy new year to each and every one of you. I know in some parts of the world it's still 2022, but it's the future here. You've missed absolutely nothing. Now, my picks are in no particular order, but I also want to give an honorable mention to The Crow, starring Bill Skarsgård as The Crow. I have no idea when the hell this is going to be released. Everyone's saying 2023. It's apparently saying 2023, but no release date as of yet. They have wrapped filming a couple of months ago. No set photos, no nothing. And that's what I'm waiting on. I'm jonesing to see how Skarsgård looks as The Crow. I can totally buy into the fact that he's playing Eric Draven. He has the physicality for it. He has the facial features for it. He definitely has the acting chops for it. Not much is really known about this, so that's why it's on my honorable mentions. Like I said, these are in no particular order. So with that being said, let's get to it. First up, we have Megan, and anything that involves a killer doll, killer AI, I am all for it. I have not watched a single trailer, and that has been on purpose. The only bits of footage I've seen are from YouTube ads playing at the beginning of videos where you can't skip it. And I see a glimpse. I see glimpses of how Megan moves. The little actress that's playing Megan just moves incredibly well, and that face is just so eerie and weird to look at. I have the premiere here in Sydney in a couple of weeks' time, and I'm really looking forward to that. So expect a review on that, but I'm really keen to see that. Obviously, I'm a big Chucky fan, so anything, like I said, that involves a killer doll, killer AI, going absolutely ballistic on the general public, I'm all for it. Coming in next is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now, a lot of the DC films that are going to be coming out, it's going to be interesting to watch, knowing what has happened behind the scenes with the shit show that's gone on at Warner Brothers, with James Gunn, Peter Safran, all that, because apparently this is it for Jason Momoa as Aquaman. This is his last turn as Aquaman. Apparently he's going on to play Lobo. I was a big fan of the first Aquaman. I thought it was fun. It was a fresh take on the character, and it was just something so different in the DCEU. It was good escapism, and that's what I want in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Not much is known about the plot line, the storyline, but I'm all for it, and I love Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Even though he's pretty much playing Jason Momoa, he's my type of Aquaman. Coming up next, we have Scream 6. It's so interesting. This is one of those quick turnarounds with horror movies that you definitely see in the late 80s or early 90s, where you'd get Elm Street 5, or in this case, Elm Street 4, and then a year later, you'd have Elm Street 5 out. Just these quick turnarounds are unheard of these days, but we had Scream 5 at the beginning of last year. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was decent. It was cool to have the legacy characters back, even though I felt they were shoehorned in a little bit, especially when it came to certain characters and their deaths. I didn't see the ending coming, and that's just me. I just sometimes am a bit blasé with who the killers are, but I think that's the fun of it. You're also trying to pick out and pick off who is going to be the killer and who is not going to be the killer, but I thought it was fun regardless. And I heard murmurs that they were going to be doing a Scream 6 the following year, so in this case, the year we're in now, and I thought, no way. But after Scream 5 did so well, they went right ahead, and now we're about to get Scream 6. It takes place in New York. Ghostface takes Manhattan, and I'm all for it. The teaser trailer really gives nothing away, which is what a teaser trailer is supposed to do. The crew from Scream 5 is back. We also have Hayden Paddle, Hato from Scream 4. I'm loving hearing the rumors that Matthew Lillard is going to be back as Stu. If he does, that's going to be interesting. Either way, it's a Scream movie. I'm going to be there day one to see it. Next up, this is the movie that is currently out in the States, some other parts of the world, but not here, and that is The Whale, directed by Darren Aronofsky, starring the just fucking incredible Brendan Fraser as Charlie, a 600-pound man who is trying to reconnect with his daughter, played by Sadie Singh. Now, this seems like a very intimate film. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but overall it's been pretty positive, but everyone is just praising Brendan's performance, and I just really hope he gets that Oscar nod. I know he's got the nod for the Golden Globe, and there's a bit of controversy there with his history with the Golden Globes, and if he gets it, he's not going to attend. That's fine, man. You do you, respect and good on you. But I'd love for him to get nominated for an Oscar. I just think this comeback story with Brendan Fraser is just incredible. Even though I really wouldn't call it a comeback story for him, I just feel like he's always just been in the shadows like Batman, just watching and waiting and just gearing himself up again, ready to pounce. And when he does, we're all here to be like, we fucking love you. The makeup looks incredible. I've seen interviews with him talking about the makeup and just the body scanning that he went through, the extensive molds and castings and just the application. Apparently some parts were cleaned up digitally, but from what I've seen with trailers and footage, looks incredible. And that one final shot at the end of the latest trailer gives me goosebumps.
I need to know that I have done one thing right with my life.
Coming up next is Blue Beetle. Now, I talked about the Blue Beetle costume a couple of weeks ago, and honestly, I had no idea about the character of Blue Beetle until I saw the photos of Xolo Maridueña. I love saying that name, it's such a cool name. Xolo Maridueña. In the Blue Beetle costume on set, and I did my reading, and I just figured this is going to be a very fun film, much in the vein of Shazam and Aquaman. Just upbeat, happy-go-lucky, good escapism. Coming in next, and this is a doozy. The Flash. I think it's more of a spectacle of what's going on behind the scenes than it is on film, but from what I've heard with test screening audiences, the film scored through the roof, which is incredible. Not only that, we have Michael Keaton back as Batman. We have Affleck returning as the Dark Knight. We have Supergirl, and of course we have The Flash. We have the multiverse. We have the Flashpoint storyline embedded in this film. We have Andy Muschietti directing, who is an incredibly competent director. I can't wait to have all the nostalgic feels hit me and just be wowed. That's all I want. We've got an array of characters, old and new, and I'm just so fucking excited for this. Regardless of what's going on behind the scenes, I'm just gonna have fun with it. And coming in next, and speaking of Shazam, is Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Much like Aquaman, I had an absolute blast with the first Shazam. I think Zachary Levi is phenomenal as Shazam. The Shazam family at the end were incredible. It was so cool to see Adam Brody as a superhero. I was a big OC fan, and I always resonated with the character of Seth because he was the geeky one. And to see him as a superhero, and to see him in that beautiful Shazam family suit was incredible. We obviously have Ironhead Studios now doing the costumes for Fury of the Gods. We have Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren as the antagonists, and hell yes, I want to see them as the villains. I think they'd make incredible villains. Either way, as long as this film just retains that fun, charming quality that the first one had, I'm gonna be happy. Now we're up to our final three, and coming in at third place is John Wick Chapter 4. I'm a massive John Wick fan, even though the franchise has kind of gone a bit askew, much in the vein as the Fast and the Furious franchise just exploded and just gotten a bit far-fetched. Either way, it's still a great bunch of films. Just a solid popcorn franchise. The first one will always be my favorite. I still love introducing my friends to it who haven't watched it. They finally watch and they say, holy shit, that was good. All that for a dog. Damn right. I am a dog owner. I do the exact same. Much like Aquaman, not much is known about the plot details for this one. There was obviously a bit of COVID issues that halted filming for a little bit, but we have Keanu Reeves back doing his thing. I just want him to kick ass as always. I'd like this to be the final John Wick film and kind of wrap everything up. I think as long as you have stuff left in the tank, but you end it, you end on a high. And I hope that's what they do with John Wick Chapter 4. Coming up next is Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. Now, I was late to the game with Into the Spiderverse, and I just slapped myself every time because I wish I had seen it when it first opened. I saw it digitally when I was away with some mates, and we were just trying to find a movie to watch one night. We were having some beers and pizza, and they suggested Into the Spiderverse. I'm like, yes, I've been meaning to see that. I've been hearing nothing but good things. The animation looks incredible and just odd, but I'm intrigued. And I watched it. My God, such an incredible film. Not from just an animation standpoint with how different, jarring, and beautiful the animation was, but a storytelling standpoint. Like a twist that I did not expect in a film like that. It got all the recognition it rightfully deserved, and I hope it's going to be the same with Across the Spider-Verse. I'm just so keen for it. The first one left me wanting more, and I just hope it's exactly the same this time around. And last but definitely not least is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So I'm a very big Indiana Jones fan, so much so I'm very protective of the character. I haven't even watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because as soon as I saw the trailer, I just did not get a good feeling about it. And I probably should see it before I see the Dial of Destiny, just to make sure I'm up to date, up to scratch with everything. But just after hearing all the negative comments and stuff like that, it just left a bitter taste in my mouth, and I just didn't want to see it. So I really should just see it for myself, check it out, especially before Dial of Destiny comes out. Raiders, Temple, Last Crusade, they're fucking phenomenal films. The first one I saw was Temple of Doom. Mum showed it to me when I was yay big, and that image of the guy getting the flaming hot skewer through his chest at the beginning of the film scared the shit out of me. I then went back and watched Raiders and then Last Crusade. If I had to pick a favorite, it's probably Last Crusade. I don't know why. I just love the chemistry between Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. And now we have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Now, I've always had the mindset of the Indiana Jones trilogy just should have been left as a trilogy when they were made. That's it. They're done and dusted. And then Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came around. It just didn't feel right from what I saw. It just didn't fit the tone of the original trilogy. But upon seeing the trailer for Dial of Destiny, we have James Mangold directing, who's done incredible films like Logan, Ford vs. Ferrari. Even though the Wolverine wasn't the greatest, it was still fun. The guy is a capable and competent director. The first trailer left me wanting more. I'm excited for it. That de-aging on Harrison Ford, my god, that was incredible to look at. I don't want it to be one of those things where we have to be constantly reminded that he's old. I want it to be set up as he's still got it. He's still going hard even though he's in his 80s now. What, Harrison Ford is 80? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. Either way, this is his last turn as Indiana Jones, and I want it to be a fitting finale. Again, like John Wick Chapter 4, have some juice left in the tank, but just go out on an absolute high and finish off the legacy of Indiana Jones. There are murmurs that there's time travel involved. I don't know how to feel about that. I just need to go in with an open mind and just have a good time with it. And there you go, Geeks and Geekettes. Those are my top picks for films coming out in 2023. With that being said, let me know down below your top picks for films coming out this year. And with that being said, wherever you are in the world, please have yourselves an absolute cracker of a day. I hope you're well. Hope you're happy. Be merry, be silly. And until next time, Geeks and Geekettes, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.